What's up, Six Borough Podcast fans? How the fuck is everybody today? Hope you're doing fantastic, like always. Guys, this episode we are brought to you by Municipal Land Survey. You can reach them at 631-345-2658 for all your land surveying needs. Talked to you about this before, but if you're buying a new house, doing something in your house that requires you to know the size of your property, reassessing your taxes, putting up a fence, putting in a pool, whatever. Say your neighbor is encroaching on your land and you know that's your land, call the land surveyor. Municipal Land Survey is the people to call at 631-345-2658. And if you happen to be buying a new home and you're using a Municipal Land Surveyor, you probably also need a new mortgage. Call Eric at RCG Mortgage. If you're the first-time home buyer or have been thinking about refinancing, shoot Eric a call or text him at 631-774-1783. He'll get you pre-qualified and answer all your questions. Again, shoot him a text at 631-774-1783. Another tie-in too, if you are buying a new house or looking to do some work on your house, you might want to give a call to AS Engineering Services. They do full-scale. They're a full-scale engineering and design firm. They do rebuilds, remodels, renovations, new builds, commercial, residential, whatever you want to do, they do it for you. You could reach them at 631-560-0259 or on the interconnected webs at www.asengineeringservices.com. Guys, this episode we have a fantastically funny human being, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, a 7-Eleven owner, and possibly Drock's brother, separated at birth. I don't know. It's kind of weird. We get into all that. Let's get into it with Team Steve. Alright guys, we're live. Let's get into it.
Six Borough Podcast. Drock.
Yarbs.
Our guest.
Team Steve.
Team fucking Steve. It's about goddamn time.
I know, we've been talking about it for a while.
So, for those that don't know, Team Steve, a.k.a. Steve Kalushkin,
There you go.
a.k.a. 7-Eleven Steve, a.k.a. Big Steve,
Oh, shit.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Black Belt, 7-Eleven store owner,
Oof.
dad, tough guy.
I like how you throw that one in.
I got to. Also, my twin. My non-biological twin.
Save the best for last.
Of course. So, I've been trying to get you to come on the podcast for
Long
a year
time.
and a half.
Yeah.
Finally. I mean, I know you're a busy guy and shit, so I won't break your balls too much.
There you go.
Actually, you know what? If anything, I'm more impressed that you're here now because you have like a 6-week-old. So
I had to keep texting you with the dates because every time you told me it was a different date. And you're like, is it this Thursday? This Thursday?
yeah, I'm a little bit of a spaz sometimes, obviously.
You? No, get out of here. Come on.
No, yeah. I'm shocker. I'm not the most organized guy in the world. So you're an OG, dude. You've been around martial arts and MMA since like the jump.
Yeah. You know, I was lucky. I have a brother.
Put that mic right up to your fucking there you go.
I have a brother who had a traditional jiu-jitsu school, still does in Deer Park. So
You have another brother?
a stepbrother,
Oh.
yeah. Probably 9-10 years old. He dragged me into his school, and I did that for probably 10 years. The traditional stuff was cool. I had a lot of fun with it. I call it self-defense, I guess, if anything.
That's what martial arts are.
Yeah. I got a little tired of it when, it started getting a little unrealistic to me.
Wait, all right, so hold on. Describe unrealistic.
Unrealistic, like, I don't need to train with, like, a bow staff or a hanbo or, I'm not going to have that ever. Like, am I going to, maybe I'll be sweeping 7-Eleven and, like, get attacked by a gang and I can unscrew the mop.
I was going to say, work for fucking Arsenio Hall and Eddie Murphy and Coming to America.
That's true.
I could unscrew the mop and just, like, get after it. But it did, put me to the next level of training. I was fortunate where he knew some guys running some fight cards, and they called and were like, yo, do you have any kickboxers at 100, and I was 18, 19 years old, at 188 pounds, cruiserweight, what it was, amateur, and he's like, yo, you want to do it? I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Didn't train, never put gloves on.
So you had no kickboxing experience?
I mean, we were a jiu-jitsu school, so we did like kumite.
But like Japanese jiu-jitsu.
Japanese jiu-jitsu. We put the rubber gloves on with the cheesy, like, what's that movie? The old school, like, karate movie where, the thin red gloves and the headgear, point fighting.
The Taekwondo joints.
Yeah, like that. So we did that, and I went into the ring. I got lucky, and I knocked somebody out. Just being athletic and tough. Just straight luck. And I'll say it because I was exhausted. So then the next card came around. And
what year was this?
98, 99.
Damn.
So the next card came around. He goes, yo, how about you fight for a title, an amateur title? And I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do it, man. And I'm 18, 19, in shape, toughest guy in the world. That's who I was. I got in, and it's funny, but I fought somebody from Belmore Kickboxing. And I got fucking beat up.
No shock there.
And I lost the belt. I never had the belt. I didn't get the chance.
Do you know who you fought? Do you remember?
It was like a no-name guy, amateur. Me and Keith, years later, I went back to Belmore and we laughed about it. And then I was like, fuck this kickboxing stuff. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was coming around, so now I'm going to start training that. So I had a buddy who I trained with that was like, yo, he wrestled. And he goes, let's do like a Naga or a Grappler's Quest. We'll go in as white belts. And we just smoked everybody. And then we got the blue belt, and we're like, we got beat up a little. Like, holy shit, we need to learn this a little bit, So he goes, yo, I went to high school with Matt Serra. So
Wait, where were you training when you did the Naga?
Just in Japanese Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, okay.
Just being tough, wrestling a little as a kid, and just, being able to, put enough to beat white belts. Blue belts, back then it was, you get a good blue belt and you're a white belt, you're getting fucked up, and we did. So my buddy Jesse, he's like, yo, I went to high school with Matt Serra. He was doing a super fight at this tournament. So we went, talked to him after. He's like, yo, here's my address. And it was the barn. And we went to the barn back in the day.
The barn is old school. Most people don't know what the barn is.
Yeah.
Explain what the barn is.
It was just this old school, like, Taekwondo. It was a legitimate barn on, like, Route 109 or something in, like, Lindenhurst or somewhere over there. And it was a barn on the side of the road. And it was a Taekwondo school with no windows. It was just and they used to just rent space from him. And it was Matt was a purple belt, Rodrigo Gracie purple belt, and Nick was a purple belt. They were all purple belts.
Was Scarola there too at that time?
Scarola was a blue belt.
Yeah.
DRC was a blue belt.
Yeah. That's real old school, man.
And maybe Drago might have been a blue belt. He was definitely there. He was a blue belt.
So, I mean, think about that room. You got Drago, who's went on to fight in the UFC, black belt
right.
now. Rodrigo Gracie's fucking Rodrigo
Gracie, yeah.
I mean, he fought in Pride and everything. He's a black belt. He's Gracie. Scarola, black belt, UFC, owns Gracie Baja on Long Island. Matt, obviously. Nick, obviously. Right. Joe, legend. Chokes named after him. Black belt, has a school.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
So we trained there for a while. Then they got bigger, and they branched out to like a school in Nassau, so we were going there. And then I got hurt. I tore some stuff in my leg and my ankle.
So this is like what, 2000, 2001?
Probably 2000-ish. I did a couple tournaments.
I was still in high school.
Yeah, I did a couple tournaments. I won. I got my blue belt, and then I got hurt.
You got your blue belt from Matt?
Yeah. Matt and actually Rodrigo.
Oh, okay.
And then I got hurt, and I was probably 21, and I got into like bouncing and
meathead shit,
and I got obsessed with something else, and it was being the biggest
Pussy.
guy in the world.
Okay.
I'm guessing he was probably obsessed with that before all this.
Yeah, that was.
So your obsession with pussy led you to become the biggest meathead you could be.
Biggest meathead possible. And I was just like, I was going for it. It didn't matter. I was like, let's do it.
You were already pretty big, though, right? You're not because
I walked around 200 pounds. You know, I was probably 200, 205. Those kickboxing fights were cruiserweight, so it was like 188-ish. And I had to lose weight to get there. Yeah. But I was like, I was always lifting and training, but I was like, nah, we're gonna get up there. So
that was the time period back then too, though. Like,
I mean,
being big was like
you guys. I mean, Eric talks about Neptunes and Sound Factory. I mean, those are the places I was going. You know, I used to go.
The bigger you are, the tighter the shirt.
The tighter. I mean, not even the tighter. I didn't even have a shirt.
Well, I mean, usually to walk in, you get the shirt on.
I'll tell you, Sound Factory, like, I used to just wear a white T-shirt, and I would fucking try to hide it somewhere. So for the way home, I had a shirt.
So, yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
In the morning, and the light hits your eyes.
Oh,
it's the worst.
There was nothing worse than walking out of a club in the city at, like, 11 o'clock the next day.
And you're like, what? And then you see, like, regular people, and you're like, wait, I think I'm a loser. I'm a loser. This is bad.
You go to the bagel store, and everyone's just looking at you like a dirt bagel, no shirt on. There's, like, stains.
I used to hide it behind this garbage can. Yeah. So I was obsessed with that, and I hooked up with, I was going out. I hooked up with Jordan, and he was home. He just got hurt. He was fighting in Vegas, and he said,
Jordan's another old school dude.
Old school guy.
Doing it forever.
And actually, a funny story is, I used to work in a 7-Eleven. My father owned a 7-Eleven in Medford on 112 on Woodside Avenue. Jordan grew up, like, right down the block from there. So while I was training and doing these kickboxing events and jiu-jitsu events, he was too. And I would run into him, and we'd bullshit and this and that. And then he went to Vegas, and I didn't see him. And I'd win Grappler's Quest or Naga, and he would win, like, a different weight division. And I'd be like, yo, you're lucky you're not in my weight division. and he would just laugh. He's a good guy. So, and then I'd see him in 7-Eleven, and then we'd, talk. Anyway, so I was going out. I ran into him in a club, and he's like, yo, fuck all this club shit, man. Let's fucking go back to training. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. He goes, all right, we'll give it to after Labor Day. And I'm like, all right,
of course.
Yeah, you got to leave room for Neptunes and partying.
Yeah, we got a couple more club nights, and then we'll go back. So we went back, and he was training with Keith, and I had a couple friends that ran some boxing gyms in Bayshore. So I was like, listen, I'm going to go box with them. I got to get in shape. I was about this is like summertime. I was about 240.
Jesus Christ.
So I got to about 260-ish, but I had to lose some weight. So I got to for the summer, obviously.
Of course.
So I was about 235, 240, and he goes, all right, we're going to start training. So we actually moved into a house together, and I tried to run one day. I was like, I got to lose some weight. I couldn't make it to the next stop sign.
Oh, shit.
I was like that out of breath. I was like, holy shit, this is going to be harder than I thought. I'm fucking 23 years old. Like, what's going on, And I was just too heavy. I was just too heavy.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people understand that. Like, even when you're just carrying around a lot of extra muscle, like, you could be fit.
I look great.
You're fit, you're in shape, but, like, your cardiovascular system just isn't strong enough to carry. Like, it knows what you're supposed to walk around at. Yeah. And when you add, a ton of extra weight, even if it's muscle, your body just doesn't fucking know what to do with itself. It's like
I can relate to that a little bit myself, because prior to me getting into jiu-jitsu, I got pretty big too.
You were pretty heavy.
I was a meathead at one point. I got up to 240 pounds at one point myself, and I was big. Like, all I did was lift. I'd eat like 10 times a day, and I'll never forget. I'm not the biggest guy in the world either. I'm 5'10", 5'11" on a good day. So I'm not supposed to have that much weight on me. And I remember I was at work and, like, going upstairs, and I was like, I'm fucking, like, huffing and puffing just walking up the goddamn stairs. I was like, I'm way too big.
Not good. Something's not right.
Yeah, and I look back now, and I see pictures of myself, and I'm like, what the fuck?
You send pictures every now and then. I see him, and I'm like, whoa.
I looked ridiculous.
What the fuck is that?
When I was at my biggest, dude, I looked like a tick, like a swollen tick. It wasn't even good. Like, I was, like, mad at my friends for not telling me to put the weights down. Like, dude, it's time to stop.
It was an error,
Listen,
I think.
It was better than chubby.
Yeah, you got a point.
Yeah.
But like I was so big when I first started training. I remember I was taking a boxing class, and the boxing coach Mikey Tiroli was like, "You really want to do this?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, come back in 6 months and don't even look at a weight." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "You're too muscle bound." He's like, "You're too big. You can't jab." He's like, "You can't do anything." He's like, "Come back in 6 months and don't look at weights." I was like, "Oh shit."
You ever see like a full out like bodybuilder try to throw like a real punch? It's like
It's terrible.
Yeah.
it's terrible.
It's terrible.
Well, they can't really do anything. It's like that muscle. It's that's all slow muscle. It's not
Right.
quick twitch muscle. So like once you start building that muscle up so much,
It's meant for the gym.
yeah, it's not.
That's
It's show. That's
Show
it.
muscles, not go
Gym
muscles.
and the beach.
Yeah.
That's it. And Neptunes.
Neptunes is where
Rest
it
in
counts.
peace.
Neptunes is the ring.
I was listening to your I don't know what podcast it was, your description of Neptunes. I was like, oh, this is pretty this is good. This is on.
Neptunes was the octagon for meatheads. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
awesome.
Like every Sunday or Saturday, you show up to the octagon
both.
in your best shape.
Yep.
And
I
put
have
on the hair
friends-
gel.
I have some old school bodybuilder friends that used to do some crazy stuff to go to Neptunes. Like drive there with the heat on to get like crazy stuff.
Like to be sucked out.
Sucked
Yeah.
out.
You know, what,
Like cutting weight to go to the
Like,
bar.
yo, you want me to pick you up? No. I'm gonna take my own car. I'm not that into it. Dude.
I had read bodybuilders, some of the crazy shit that they did like for competitions and whatnot, like eating dry oatmeal shit because it
Yeah.
literally sucks all the
Yeah.
water out of your like.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's crazy.
I can understand that because you're competing, but doing that to go to Neptunes.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Those,
that's
it's the
next
same
level.
thing. That's,
Next level vanity. That's
Diuretics
a
and
competition.
stuff.
that's the
stage.
competition,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
competition.
You're right. You're right.
It's the backyard classic we used to call it. Like,
The EDM classic.
yeah.
Or the ecstasy classic,
Ecstasy
whatever.
classic.
All right, so you were getting ready. You're fucking
Couldn't
huffing and
run.
puffing down the block.
Too big. Jordan's like, come to Belmore. I go, I got to give it a little time. So I went to my buddy who was boxing in Bayshore, like in like a PAL thing, and he's like, I'll get you in shape. There's a guy I bounce with. I'll get you in shape. So I was boxing with him, and I got down to like 220, which was a healthy weight for me, and no weights, barely, besides like 2.5 pound dumbbells that I'm like,
Shadow
boxing with. And he's like, we're starting to get me like Friday night fights, just like boxing. And I just got beat up, man, for a long time. Like every Friday I would just go spar with like random guys from like basically from the ghetto. It was like, I don't think I ever fought like anybody who didn't speak Ebonics, white, black, Spanish. It was crazy. I mean, it was a shithole gym, really. In the downstairs in like a basement. And then Jordan's like, enough of that. We're going to Keith. So I'm like, all right. So we ended up in Belmore. I trained with Spiro for a few times, and then jumped in with Keith. And then all that time I was going to Joe's too. He was in Farmerville at the time. So it was good. Doing all no gi. All I was gonna do was fight MMA. I didn't want anything to do with the gi. So we just went, and we had a good crew. It was me, Jordan, Joe D'Arcy, Jay Haran. Rodrigo Gracie was training for fights, and we trained 3-4 days a week there with them. It was real good. I learned a ton of shit. So.
And this was like what, 04, 05?
Yeah.
That's a hell of a crew back then.
I mean, it was awesome. Rodrigo was doing stuff with us on the ground, and Joe was, and it was just awesome. Keith was kicking the shit out of us. And
This is back when Keith was real mean too, right?
yeah, he was mean.
Two pairs of shin guards and shit.
Oh, double shin guards. God forbid you were sparring with Keith and you hit him. It's like, fuck, now I'm gonna get fucked up. If you caught him good, it's like that leg kick's coming, man. It's coming. You're fucked. I did that for like 2-3 years, and then I was looking for a fight, and then Keith's like, listen, there wasn't so many big guys. There's no shows. There's only Ring of Combat or reality fighting.
When Ring of Combat was still in a ring.
Yeah, it might have been still in a ring, and there was one guy, and he had the belt, and Keith's like, listen, you got to really think. Do you want to do this or not? It's for a belt, and I can get you in, and I think you can do it, but you got to really, set out to train. And here I was, working, running 7-Elevens, working full time, and I was like, I'm going to hold off for now. I looked at it as like this probably, I'm probably not putting 100% into it, so I didn't go through with it.
Yeah, I feel like that's something you definitely want to be.
All
or out.
I've done some bullshit exhibition fights even when I was younger, like 19, 20 years old, and I got beat up. I got like crucifix once and just got teed off on. That was a bad experience. Don't recommend that position for anything. No. And then I won a couple too, and I've done some silly like pancration stuff and like banana like slapping and like open hand strikes,
boss root and shit.
Boss root, yeah. It was like, again through my brother, I was able to meet like a lot of guys from all over the country who were just like willing to train. And I would travel and train. This is prior to when I was 18 to 20ish, just training, and so it was good. A lot of experience. And then, I took some time off. My daughter was born, and I was getting stuff situated with work, and I knew that I had to go back, and it was just a matter of time. So, 2010 came. I was living down the block from Vamos, and I walked in. I used to see Chris a lot in 7-Eleven. I walked in one day. I'm like, yo, I'm ready to go. He's like, all right, let's go.
How long was your hiatus? Like 3-4 years?
Yeah, probably 4 or 5.
No training in that time, right?
Not much, no. Maybe like once here and there, once in a while, not much.
Cool.
And that was 2010, and here we are now. So
yeah, because I remember being at Vamos, the old school, and I was more of a night guy. Okay. I remember.
Yeah, I was a day guy for a while.
Yeah, it was like a holiday or something. I remember showing up to class. I'm like, who is this fucking meathead that's here?
I was big. When I went back, I was about 230.
Yeah, you were pretty big. You had the big-ass blue judo gi on.
Yeah, the old school judo gi.
I remember watching, I guess
still have that fucking gi. Won't die.
Things, it's like triple weave, fucking built for struggle gi. Yeah. But I remember getting there, and, everybody was warming up or whatever, and like, I'm like, who's this big meatball running? I'm like, this guy looks like a dick.
Meathead. Looks like you.
I never, the funny thing is you were probably there for a year probably before we really even.
And we had a mutual friend, and she used to always say, do you know D-Rock? I'm like, I don't know who the fuck that is. You tell me that all the time. And because he was a night guy, and I was a day guy. So I was like, I don't know who that is. She's like, you guys kind of look alike. And I'm like, what?
Wait, who was this? Was it
Lisa?
Oh, okay, it was, yeah. I thought it might have been somebody different at that point. But yeah, I don't think it was till like a year later when you started coming to night classes. And it never even occurred to me until somebody said it. Like we talked, whatever, and I never like looked at him like, oh yeah, we look like it. It never ever even occurred to me until I think maybe it was Stone or something. He was like, what are you two brothers? And I was like, oh shit.
That's funny.
And then
it just got out of hand.
Yeah, now it's a little bit ridiculous.
I think the gray hair is in like the exact same spots. If like it's kind of, and some days, a lot of days we'd show up wearing the same T-shirts.
Wearing the same fucking hat right now.
Same hat. See, it's not even playing.
Yeah, it got weird for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like we had a couple mutual friends I remember in I think it was actually Lisa in particular who was like, we would have fun with it sometimes. We'd like take pictures and put them up, fuck with people, and like she'd be like, I don't know who's who when I scroll through. I don't know if you posted it or if it was Steve. She's like, it's weird.
When we do jiu-jitsu now, like people are like, whose leg is that? Who's that? I'm like, I gotta look. We wore black shirts the other day. Like both of us had black shirts on, and I'm like, I don't know who's on who's.
Tell them the story about when Nikki took the picture of you. That's the funniest shit in the world.
Oh, so my wife takes a picture. One day, this is last summer, I borrowed like my neighbor's leaf blower. So we were having a party or something, so I'm just blowing the leaves off the patio real quick. And she snapped a picture from like the window with me with the leaf blower. And then she texted it to me. So I like just put the leaf blower back in my neighbor's garage, and I look at the fucking bed, I'm like, where the fuck did she get a picture of D-Rock? It was like a weird angle with the glare from the mirror, from the window. And I was like, what the fuck? Oh, shit, it's me.
There was some like jiu-jitsu page on Instagram. It's called like Jitsu or something like that. They're, like pretty big following.
Yeah, they got like 10,000 followers.
Yeah. And so I guess they started following him, and I get followed by them, and then I get tagged in this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? And it's a picture of me and Steve that they put up because I guess you had posted it earlier that day, like a throwback or whatever, and they posted it. It was like you could do the Instagram poll now, and it was a poll. It was like, are these guys brothers or they just look alike?
Yeah.
And I think like
a lot of people said brothers.
Yeah, it was like it was.
Then
like
they did something
70-30.
else after that.
Yeah, they did another one.
Yeah.
The guy was like real fascinated by it. He's like, I went back and forth with the guy a couple times. He's like, so you guys aren't brothers?
Yeah,
like,
he was
no,
confused.
we're
He
not.
was confused.
Yeah, and then I told him, I was like, if you want to like have a good laugh, I'm like, so me and you have been training together since I don't know for like 6, 7 years now. And then a couple years ago, as you guys know, my brother started, like my actual
My
brother.
real brother.
Yeah, my real,
biological brother.
my real brother who looks nothing like me. So like people will come, they're like, "Oh, your brother, this and that, da da."
You're like, wait.
And I'm like, they'll be talking about Steve most of the time. I'm like, that's actually not my brother. I'm like, that's my brother over there. And the one year, I think it was like 2013, Memorial Day weekend, you and a bunch of guys came over to the casino, and you guys were hanging out, and you guys had left, and some kid, it was what's his name, Giselle. What are those guys? Ryan and Ross or whatever. The blonde-haired dudes.
Yeah.
Friends like Kevin and Mike and all them.
Yeah.
They came over, they're like, yo, your brother's the man, this and that. And I'm like looking at him. He's like a younger kid or whatever. And I'm like, how do you know my brother? I'm like, do you work for UPS or something? Like, Jeff works for UPS.
Yeah.
And he's like, he looks at me. He goes, what are you talking about? I was like, you're talking about my brother. I just don't know how you know him. He's like, the guy over there in the fucking Knicks jersey. And he points at you, and I was like, oh. I was like, yeah, that's not my brother, man. He's like,
I was probably using his name for
he looked at me when I was like, I'm like, he's not my brother. He looked at me, and he goes, all right, come
He probably
on.
thought you were lying.
He did. He thought
he's like, yeah,
I
bullshit.
remember that. Yeah.
He flat
Bullshit.
out thought I was full of shit. Like, he's like, all right, asshole. Like, I'm trying to have a
Bullshit.
conversation. I'm like, I'm dead serious.
It's awesome.
Yeah. It was pretty funny.
And now it just keeps getting, the jokes are just
Oh,
all
it's
of the
ridiculous.
pictures, the
Yeah.
jokes. The metal one was good, the Pan Am medal.
Oh, yeah. Took a picture with both our heads in the
Oh,
metal.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that one.
What was funny is actually last week when we were training, Castro snapped a picture while we were rolling.
Yeah, and you can't tell anything.
I looked
That's the
at
picture
it.
I was talking about.
Yeah. I double-taked. I was like, what the fuck?
We both had black shirts on. There's arms and legs, and everything's tattooed. You're like, what's what?
Yeah. Just become one person now.
Yeah.
Yo, so I'll let you tell this one.
Oh boy.
Atlantic City. This is like when we had just really kind of started to like all start to hang out and train a lot. We were all like we had a pretty tight group at that point, and we went down for the fights in Atlantic City, and I was under the influence.
Yeah.
And we met these girls, and they were like talking to me, and like, "Oh, you guys are brothers." And she's like, "Why is he so much bigger than you?" She's calling Steve Juice. I don't really remember a whole lot, but
He pissed them off so bad where they just hightailed out of that, man. He was done.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. It was. He didn't say it was hysterical.
I was talking mad shit. I do remember talking a bunch of shit.
You were just saying you like things and stuff. You like things and stuff? I don't know. There was like a whole crew of us sitting at the table, and like they just got up and fucking ran. They were like after we ate, yeah, they were done.
I mean, they hung out for a little while, but I eventually ran them right out.
It was hysterical. And
Push them away like every other woman in your life.
Yeah. You know what's fucked up is like my brother, when he first started training, he comes home, he's like, "Oh, Steve told me a story about you in Atlantic City." I'm like, "Motherfucker."
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? I say stupid shit all the time. I'm like, "Yo, you fucking Dave said you were gonna bring my money." He's like, "What?" Like when he first started, I didn't really know him. I go, "You know Dave owes me a fucking shit ton of money, right?" He's like, "What?" I go, "Yeah, I'm gonna fucking take it out on you." He's like, "Ah." I could never say it with a straight face. Like I'd always like lose it at the end.
Yeah, he'll come home and be like, "Oh, I rolled with your brother today."
Yeah, he's fucking tough, man.
He is pretty tough. He's like to quote Eric Odd, he's got the grit.
He's got it.
Yeah, like he's just a tough. He don't want. He's like
He's modest.
But he talks. Like he'll come home and be like, I don't want to roll with any of these monsters, and I'm just glad to take it easy on me. So as they honor the tap, I'm like, motherfucker, you don't tap. Like he makes it sound. He makes it sound like he's this frail, like scared little guy. He's not.
No, he's like head first, diving in, just like tough as can be.
Yeah, you got I gotta almost make him pass out to make him tap.
Yeah, he's tough. Definitely tough.
But so you started back what, 2010?
10, yeah.
So 7 years later, you get your black belt.
Black belt, yeah.
You got what, March this year? April?
Black belt?
Yeah.
It was October. 2 months ago.
Oh, wow. Jesus Christ, I'm shot.
Yeah, you don't remember anything. Come on.
That's true.
It was, October. Okay. I did the pans.
Oh, that's right. You won the pans as a brown belt.
I won the pans as a brown belt, and then I think it was the following week.
Yeah.
Busy week. Busy week.
The pans a couple years back.
2015, I did the brown belt pans, and
that was a hilarious.
I made
day.
him come. I go, yo, you got to come. I need like one coach there, and my wife always comes. She's a fucking trooper. It's unbelievable. She's 9 months was 9 months pregnant, and she's like, I'm coming to the pants. Like,
this year.
This year.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
You're not gonna say no.
No, I can't say no, but like, really, it's like it's a miserable experience.
Yeah,
really.
I could imagine that
It's a
being
fucking gymnasium in Harlem.
Yeah. There's
no food. There's like the bathrooms are grimy in a gym.
It's hot as fuck.
It's fucking hot. It smells like dirty jiu-jitsu. There's bleachers. It's like it's not like
exactly how you want to spend like a Saturday afternoon.
It's like the DMV.
It's like DMV. Yeah, it smells like DMV.
It's bad.
So back to his story. 2000. You could tell the story. 2015.
So Steve hits me. Was like, I need at least one person there coaching, whatever. I'm like, all right, I'll go. So I go.
My wife knows very little about jiu-jitsu. She's great at cursing and saying ridiculous things.
Oh, she's out of her fucking mind.
That's awesome, though.
Most of the videos, she's like, wait, can I say that? And she's like, kill that motherfucker. And I'm like,
do you have that video up on your YouTube?
It might be on. There's definitely some on there that are like, she's cursing.
What match is it? There's one
I have
match.
no idea.
It's when they had the Pride at St. Joe's where she was yelling. She's like, kill that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, ridiculous.
It's a good cheerleader right there.
Yeah.
Dude, she's
fired up.
She's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But they weren't having a good day that day. She was like real pissed at Steve.
Yeah, but she still comes.
She still comes, and she's like, she's there. Like, it's like that meme. Like, just because I'm angry doesn't mean I don't care. And it's like the old guy on the bench holding the umbrella over.
Yeah.
She's like that, furious with Steve, and like. He picks me up and he's like, I'd already known, like, it wasn't a secret. And I get in the car and they're both like, we're mad at each other. I'm like, oh, great. I was like, all right, look.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. I'm like, Steve's got to compete. I'm like, so every time you get mad, I'm like, you just got to fucking scream at me. She's like, all right, I can do that.
Yeah.
And literally, dude, she did. She did not fuck around. Like, it wasn't even a joke. She would get pissed and scream in my fucking face.
Yeah.
So I was Steve's proxy. I was his proxy for the night. And then you ended up winning. And then we went and got steak dinner.
We had a good night.
Steak tartare.
Get yelled at, and then
I lent one of my buddies some money, and he lives in Manhattan.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Remember this? This is the whole story. So I was like, yo, I'm coming, and it's like, fuck you, come get your money, And I'm like, no, fuck you, drop your money off. And he's like, no, fuck you, come get your money. So So I go, fuck you, I'm coming to Manhattan next week. Have my fucking money, So after the fight, I'm like, yo, we got to go meet my friend. He owed me money for a long time. Honestly, I forgot about the money. It's an old friend, But I'm like, fuck you, give me my money, It's like, how you forget about it, but you still it's still in the back of your head.
Yeah,
so I'm like, fuck you, I'm coming, So we fucking, I go meet him, and he gives me the money. It was $1,000. So I'm like, yo, this is money I never had. So, and my wife's deal,
written it off like I'm not getting this money back.
I'm rich right now. I'm ready to blow this money. So my wife's deal
gold medal on his neck.
Yeah, gold medal.
Cool G in his pocket.
So this is the thing. I'm with my wife. I got a gold medal. I just won the pans, and I got my boy with me. So it's like, fuck it. Who cares? It's like everything's good, So I go, anything you guys want to eat, just fucking find the place. And really, my wife's like, listen, I'll sit there all day, but we're going. Out to eat in the city wherever I want after. And she's not going to pick, like, some crazy spot. So this time, we're like, it's like 10 o'clock at night. We're just fucking starving. We don't even give a fuck. Like, we'll eat at a deli. We park. We walk down this, like, alley, and we see, like, a steak joint. We look at the menu, the steaks, burger, like, right?
Yeah.
We get all pumped. We walk in.
Swanky as fuck.
Yo, we shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, shit. No. It was bad.
So
they everybody looked at us like, what?
Like the music stopped. Like
like it's a piano. Like there was somebody playing the piano. Like it was real like uppity. And they you kind of got the vibe like they didn't want to see us. Like they were talking to us and we're like, on the fence, and it was like they were kind of like talking us out of it.
Yeah.
Like, you sure this is really the type of place you want? It's probably real expensive.
The host was like, well, we are closing in about an hour.
Yeah.
We're in Midtown Manhattan.
We were in Midtown. We don't know the spot.
I don't even know where it was. Yeah,
Nikki
it's random.
wants to go back because the food was so fucking good.
It was real good. But like we rolled into this like swanky steakhouse where it's like, you know, people are dressed nice. It's a night out. It's a Saturday, and me and Steve roll in, sweaty and fucking jeans and t-shirts.
Yeah, I'm like limping in.
Yeah, and like you know,
and I didn't give a shit. Like I had to suck weight to do this tournament, so I'm like, yo, I'll eat anything.
Yeah, gotta get that food back in.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like I'll eat fucking pizza, this, that, whatever. So we go to this place. I think we got like crazy. Like I probably spent like $400 or $500 for dinner.
Yeah, dude, we ordered. We're looking at the
It was
menu.
three of us. I mean,
he's like,
but again, it was free money.
Yeah,
it was like whatever.
We ordered like a steak tartare appetizer that I'd never had it before. It was disgusting.
Yeah, it was weird.
And it was like that was probably like $100 for that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But he's like, I don't give a fuck. I got a gold medal and I got
I
cash. He's like, you're spending it
I was
tonight.
balling. Yeah.
We had a good time though, man. Like we
made the best out of it.
Yeah, we had fun. We fucking were pissing off the waiter and shit. It was a good time.
It was good.
It was funny too because I remember that day. Not only were you and Nikki not getting along, but my girlfriend at the time, me and her were brawling too. Right. And I remember like kind of like finally smoothing things over with her and telling her like what the deal was, and she's like, "Oh, that's real fucking cool. You're gonna go help one of your friends out, and you're gonna be there for him and his fucking girlfriend, but you're not gonna deal with me." And I was like, "Yeah, like." Oops. Well, Steve buys me steak, so I'm out.
Steve bought me steak. It was good. She like, where were we? And I'm like, I don't know where the fuck we were, because she's still looking for it. She wants to like
still trying to find it.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to go back. It was a lot of money.
It was good though.
It was good. We were definitely happy.
I just knocked my my headphones off my own head like
technical
an asshole.
difficulties.
Wait, do I need headphones? Why don't I?
You don't have to. I mean, there's headphones right in front of you.
They're right in front. Shafted me.
You don't have to use them though. Welcome to podcasting, Steve.
Yeah, well, you know, Eric whacked my microphone.
So
Eric's not even talking; he's causing trouble.
All right. So what else?
This is good.
What's next, man? I mean, you got you're back. You got the black belt. You got the Instagram page back up. I see you marketing a lot. You should
trying to
get privates and
trying to do that. I'm getting some privates. I don't know if I'm gonna ever do a school. It'd have to be right. It'd have to be perfect. Everything would have to be
twin BJJ.
Yeah, everything twin BJJ. Everything would have to be perfect. With work and family. The schools these days are a full-time gig. You guys know that.
100%.
And yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where that goes. I'm not really sure.
So, all right. Talk about Team Steve. Talk about how how this whole thing started, right?
Honestly, all right.
Because it's a thing. Like it's a
thing. It's really strange. So my and nobody. I don't know if anybody knows the story. My original Instagram I made like 7-8 years ago. It's that long. And I used to train with one of my buddies. You guys might know him from the security world. He's a big black guy. They call him Africa.
I know who he is.
Okay, he's from Africa.
At least I know the name anyway.
And he's got like a heavy accent. And he made my Instagram account for me. And like I was just like, you got to get Instagram. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, here. He set it up. He's like, this is your thing. And the old one was Big Steve 711. Regardless. I used to post jiu-jitsu pictures, and he used to just write, Team Steve, Team Steve. He used to write this on every picture, Team Steve, Team Steve, Team Steve. And, I never even, it's kind of a weird, I have a crazy last name, so, I could never make anything with that. So, it just stuck, and people are like, yo, I'm coming to Team Steve. Yo, I'm coming to Team Steve. I'm coming to Team Steve. Yo, is Team Steve tonight?
Well, because you started teaching. You were teaching.
Yeah, I was teaching.
You started teaching a 6 o'clock class on Mondays and Wednesdays, and that class became
Team Steve. Yeah, I'm coming to Team Steve. Yeah, I'm coming to Team Steve. I'm like, all right. And then now it's just Team Steve. It's so when I opened my new Instagram account, I was like, yo, I guess I got to just go with Team Steve. There's nothing.
You got to, yeah.
There's nothing. I mean, people are yelling Team Steve. In the tournaments, people are yelling Team Steve. People are yelling it in the class. People, we take pictures, and they're like, say Team Steve. It's crazy.
Well, it's funny because it really did take on a life of its own, and I remember at one point it was brought up like Like we might not have to, like, we can't have people saying this because they
didn't want it to be like culty. Like,
yeah.
We don't want Team Steve versus Team Drock
Yeah.
and like but it's not like that. I get along with everybody, so it's
just funny how it took on a life.
It just kind of blew up. I don't know. It's crazy.
I mean, you've been teaching that class for what, 4 or 5 years
Probably,
now already?
yeah, since I was a purple belt. So,
Yeah.
Old school. Probably 5 years.
Wow. Yeah. Now, Team Steve is it's a big class, man.
It's
like,
huge.
Yeah.
I got 30 guys almost every night.
It's pretty wild.
It's good.
It's pretty wild. It's funny because at this point now, there's people who have been with you since they're white belts now.
Yeah.
So they've been Team Steve from white belt that are like almost purple belts now.
Yep.
That's pretty crazy.
There's a lot of...
You're like people's professor.
No, don't call me
Yeah,
professor.
I mean, it's true. It's true.
Don't call me professor, but yeah, I've had some guys start like not even knowing like what closed guard is, and now they're like high level blue belts and purple belts. It's good.
mean, that's your biggest protege, Conacher.
Yo, I've been beating the shit out of Conacher for years, 5 years.
You always use him as the Uki.
90% of the time.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll be dead on. He makes me look good. He really. There is I mean, listen, it's violence is what it is, but there is such thing. You can't have like a douchebag like Uki because like they could try to fight it and then you have to hurt them.
So an Uki is the person you demonstrate the technique on for the layman.
So you can't have like a douchey Uki.
Douchey Uki.
Douchey Uki.
That's the new hashtag.
We could start that. We could start that. So,
hashtag douchey Uki.
He makes me look good. I'll give him that credit, man. I don't know if you were there 2 Mondays ago when I was doing judo. Were you there for that?
Yeah, I was there. That's the night.
I mean,
I
I fucking launched him, and he fucking took a fall like it was nobody's business. So. He makes me look good. Do I use other people? Sure. I teach day classes too every now and then, probably once a week. So I mean, I could do it on anybody. But there is douchey.
Look at that mug.
Oh man,
dude,
yeah, that's the people of jiu-jitsu. I see it in the phone. I see it in the phone.
That people of jiu-jitsu. It's like looking at a handsome mirror right now.
That is good.
I'm looking at myself.
That is good. Dude, don't zoom in that much. What the fuck?
Oh man,
it's a cool little. Interesting page that he has over there.
What is? Yeah, explain. What is it?
It's a guy I became friends with just through the tournament scene. His name's Mike Kalika. He's an Alliance black belt, not Marcelo's, the other Alliance, whatever it is. Fabio
Gugel or whatever.
So he's a black belt under them. I met him through the tournaments, and he hit me up, and he's like, "Yo, let's." I want to do this picture, and he makes like shirts. He'll actually put like 100 faces on a shirt. Whatever. He came out to Vamos. He lives in fucking Brooklyn. He came out, trained, took the picture. He did Alex. He's done a few other guys from the school.
I think he did Travis.
He did Travis like a month prior. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You're getting some pretty good traction on your Instagram page.
I'm working it, man. It's honestly, it's a lot of fucking work, man. It's not
really
that
is,
easy.
yeah.
I wish someone famous would repost my shit and I could take it.
I repost your shit all the time. What are you talking about?
Sorry. It's a lot of work, man. It really, really is. It's I don't know. I say to Nikki, I go, something's wrong with my Instagram. She's like, what? I go, I lost 4 followers today. And she's like, you idiot. She's like, and then we look, and it's like, I'm like, look, this one's gone. And I look at it, and she goes, it's I Love Camping. That's the name of the page. She's like, they have no pictures. She's like, it's a bullshit account. I'm like, I want it back.
In the Big Steve 7-Eleven days when that
Big
old
Steve
Instagram
I had a
account,
lot then too.
I always if me and you trained the night before and we took a picture and put it up, I'd get like 3 or 4 followers.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, Steve, are these yours? And you'd be like, yup.
Yep.
Anytime there's a picture that went up, vice versa, that I put up of you.
Who's this?
People would start following him from my page and vice versa all the time. And still to this day, I probably have half your followers that follow me.
Check out that rash guard right there.
I'm still waiting on mine, dickhead, that Team Steve rash guard.
Our friend who made that doesn't work at the place anymore, so.
Really?
Yeah. We got to find some new ones.
When the fuck did that happen?
I don't know, recently.
Really?
Yep.
Oh shit, that's a new development. I was about to say his name too. I guess it's a good thing I didn't. But
I don't know if it matters. But.
So you got 30 people pretty much every night now.
Monday, Wednesday, every night. Yeah.
You know what?
I do a lot of advertising. Like I've became friends with a lot of people, so they'll actually text me like, "Oh, I can't make it to class," and I'm like, "Oh, you're allowed to have a life," you know.
Yeah.
I
get how many texts I get about you,
What?
like from people too, like mutual friends of ours. Like I get, it's funny because there's 2 people I've said, well, 3 people actually I've said this about in my life. 2 of them in this room. I get like street cred for being around Eric Ott, Eric Uresk, and you. There's a bunch of people that I know that I'll run into that like know you guys as well, and because you guys have been like, I trained with Drock, whatever. He's like, it's pretty good. They're like, yo, I know Eric, and I know Steve, and like he said you're pretty good, man, no doubt. Like I've been in bars where people bought me drinks because I knew Eric.
Your fucking crazy friend does that to me all the time.
Who?
I don't remember his name.
My crazy. You got to be more specific.
He's from Patchogue. He's a big dude. He's fucking.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Okay.
You don't want to say his name on the thing, but like he's like, don't say his name. But it's like, am I gonna fight this guy now, or does he love me? I don't know.
Wait. Oh, now I'm confused. Wait, what does he say to you?
Yo, I know you're tough. He says like crazy shit.
You're like, you trying to fuck me, dude?
Dude, I get the same thing though. Sometimes
I know about you, bro. I'm boys with Drock. I'm like, what?
But I get the same exact thing. People say that to me. They're like, "Yo, I'm boys with Steve," because like Nick Arena, a mutual friend of ours.
Yeah.
Me and Nicky are friends. We'd hang out. We'd be drinking or whatever, and something come up, and like I don't know, there's always something happening, and like Nick's like will turn to me. He's like, something might happen, whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever. He's like, don't worry, I know you're not worried. He's like, I don't want. He's like, but you stay out of it. I don't want you to hurt anybody. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
He's like, I know about you, Drock. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, he's like, I know. I'm friends with Steve. I'm like, all right. Or the same thing with both Eric Ott and Little Eric. It's the same thing. People are like, yo, I know that guy that used to be the bouncer at Neptune's. You train with that guy? I'm like, yeah. Like, oh, yeah, that's...
The guy with the ears.
You got to be tough then. And I'm like, all right, fine. I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. Just leave me alone.
Stop talking to me.
Yeah.
We gotta shout out Pantene right now just because.
You gotta.
So
I like Pantene.
I love
man.
Pantene.
He's a good guy.
He's a good wrestler.
He's a good wrestler.
Pull that up. Go to my Facebook page. I posted it on my Facebook page
from the one I sent you the other day.
Yeah. Because Facebook has that whole memories thing now, so it came up. I posted, so I reposted.
He's the most deceiving tough guy you'll ever see.
Oh my god, yeah. So for anybody that doesn't know who we're talking about this cat, Mike Pekarsky, who's actually getting his own level of internet fame now. He's got that Dr. Kickass, Instagram page because he's a physical therapist. He's a doctor, so he does like all the medical breakdowns of jiu-jitsu and shit like that, and like pretty in depth, dorky fucking Instagram posts because you're dorky as fuck, Pantene.
Yeah. Did you see that last one that I posted?
No.
That I screenshotted?
No.
Where he's like doing back stretches.
Oh, yeah.
He's like on all fours with his shirt off on Instagram.
with his cat on his back.
Did you see it?
Yeah, he's doing.
There was no cat. But there should have been. There should have been.
He's doing the camel and then the cat or like yoga poses to like elongate and stretch out the vertebrae. To like, I'm trying to take my brother's a PT as well.
Okay.
And he actually told me to do those for like my back as far as like long.
Listen, I'm not knocking the exercise.
But you look gay as fuck while you're doing it. Like, and that's not like slighting gay people at all. It's if a gay person.
It's a male on all fours.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
It's gonna look a little.
It's
homoerotic.
not looking good.
Like arch the back.
Which Pantene
back.
looks right at home doing it.
He's got that good hair too.
Yeah. So Pantene.
He's got that good hair.
Pantene's from upstate New York, so we'll just that explains everything. But he wears like flowered shorts. So he just looks dorky.
He walked in the
he is
gym.
Tough as fuck.
Yeah, he walked in the gym with his floppy hair, these hideous they almost look like a bathing. They might even be a bathing.
They were
suit.
like cargo flowered bathing shorts.
Bathing shorts with this like rash guard that's like was white when he bought it, and then it's like now it matches the flowers on his shorts.
Yeah.
But he's fucking tough.
I remember he came. I was the first person he rolled with there, and we trained. And we tried to fucking kill it. Scroll all the way down, Yarbs. It should be. Keep going. Keep going. There it is. There it is.
Well, he's talking to me in this video.
So in this video, this was our buddy Alex Spiro. Shout out to Alex Spiro, AS Engineering, sponsor of the podcast guest. He was having like a bachelor party type thing, and he came to the casino where we all work, and invited a bunch of guys from the gym, and I was feeding Pantene rocket fuels. He was like, yo, I want to get drunk. I want rocket fuels. So I just kept feeding him fucking rocket fuels, and we got him shit canned. And so obviously me and Steve start talking a bad shit to him because that's what we did. And yeah, this was the result. This is the best.
You might think you're a brown belt.
Everything, the rest of the day was motherfucker.
But there was motherfucker was every other line.
Yeah, and then so the next year, a year after this, Pantene moved to California, and who is it? Ed Meehan that made him that shirt.
Yeah, I'm a good wrestler. Yeah,
he got a "I'm a good wrestler" on his shirt for Pantene. It was great. But
so he doesn't wear the Genki pseudo on.
Yeah, I got to say though, I do miss Pantene, man. He was good, and like 100%. you know, when I was fighting, you and Pantene were staples in my corner.
Yeah, it was a good time.
You know, and I remember one of my fights when right after he moved, he's like, "Steve, FaceTime me."
I FaceTimed. Yeah.
Did you really actually?
Yeah,
do
he was
it?
bent out of shape that he couldn't be there.
Yeah. Pantene's a good dude. As much.
Remember
shit
when
as
he
they
had
talk about him.
that match and he got cut? We had to tape his fucking head on the train.
Oh yeah, dude. Eric, pull up my Instagram on there. I got some good pictures on there of Steve's wrapping up Pantene's eye with gauze on the train. There's people on the train looking at us just fucking mortified.
We were like in Jamaica.
Yeah, and people are looking at us like, what is wrong with these idiots? You got these two morons who look alike taping up this idiot's head, and Chrissy was there, Pantene's fiance, fucking furious.
Who was he going against? That kid, that
James Gonzalez.
Oh, Gonzalez.
Yeah.
That kid's doing a lot of stuff, I think.
He just did the Combat Worlds. He did EBI.
The EBI?
He did EBI, then he did the Combat Worlds, which is pretty gangster.
There you go. There's a good picture.
Where?
Left.
Oh, right there. Left. That is a good one. Look at
that. That is good.
It did, so the resemblance is pretty scary. There's the one that I put up on the podcast at your wedding.
That's a good one.
Your mom, I remember your mom. Your mom was like, "You're not one of mine, right?" And then I put that picture on my Facebook. My own mother commented on it and was like, "Who is that? Like, you guys look like you could be brothers." I was like, "Yeah, I know." Oh, there it is. There's the wedding picture.
There's the wedding. Yep.
It's a good one.
Same haircut.
Same beard. It really is weird. But I gotta say, dude, all the years that we've been training, especially when I was getting ready for fights, you were always like, anytime I needed anything, you were always there, man. You were always in the corner.
Love it, man.
Always showing up an hour early before class and giving me rounds on the wall, like pinning me down, and that shit was huge. Because I remember, you're how much do you weigh?
About 220. I'm probably like 215 right now. But
Yeah.
I'm heavier than you.
I'm fighting at 55. I remember being like, all right, if I can get up
from this guy,
from this fucking giant brown belt, I was like, I feel pretty confident, that come fight time, I'm not going to get held down. So, I gotta say thanks for all that, man. You always came through in the clutch with that, giving me those 7-Eleven waters in the locker room. That shit is clutch.
There was a day I brought a bunch of 7-Eleven water.
You brought a ton of shit that one time. I think it was the last.
Oh, was that the fight?
Yeah, it was when it was like me, you, and Manji were in the back there. I think Paz was fighting on that same car. We were in the back hanging out for a while. You bought a ton of shit from 7-Eleven.
I remember that. That was at the ice skating place. The rink, whatever the fuck.
The old Sportsplex.
Yes, whatever it is.
Yeah. So what else, man? I mean,
Dude, half your Instagram is pictures of me. This is good. I'm like, wow, I haven't seen that one in a while. That one. That's a good one.
there it is. Look.
Where is it? Oh, yes. Man. That was on the train. That's on the train. Yeah. I mean,
look at that ratty ass tank top he's wearing.
Dude, he probably still has it.
Look at the disgust on that girl's face.
Yo, look at that girl's face.
Fucking
That's what I mean,
amazing.
dude. People were like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Oh, you're a wrestler.
Look at that face.
I mean, you look at him just without the bandage, and you're like, "What the fuck is going on?" He's got some weird, like who, like what, what's up with that necklace? That's like a necklace you get like on vacation.
It looks like he has a sock wrapped around his face.
You would never think that guy's tough.
He's tough as fuck. He's real good. I remember he came in, we rolled. I was his first roll at the school, and we tried to fucking kill each other. And, like, I was pretty good at darces, you know? And that motherfucker darsed me, and I was like, this son of a fucking bitch. Like, that's my move. And then we got done, and we looked at each other. I was like, you want to do that again? He was like, yeah. And we rolled again, and I triangled him. And I didn't know this. I didn't realize this at the time. But, you know, like at the end of training, you know, you sit around bullshit and get to know each other. We were talking. And I guess, you know, whatever came up. I'm like, yeah, you know, I got some stuff I need to work on. You know, you complimented each other, things you figured out about one another. And I'm like, yeah, my guard kind of sucks. And I just triangle choked him. And he, like, thought I was a dick. And he told me about this, like, a year and a half later. Like, we were already friends. He's like, you know, that first day, he's like, I really thought you were a cocksucker. I was like, why? He's like, because you fucking triangled me, and then you tell me that your guard sucks. He's like, I thought you were trying to, like, be a dick to me. I was like, oh, no. I was like, I didn't mean it like that at all.
I think one of the first times that we trained, he go-go plotted me. And I'm like, I haven't been caught in this move in, like, forever. Like, people still do this? This is, like, a terrible move.
Upstate shit.
Yeah, it's like upstate weirdo shit. And I was so pissed. I'm like, what? And he was just laughing. And then, you know, you get caught in it once or twice, and you're like, nah, that's not happening again. But he's an animal.
Yeah. He should be getting that black belt pretty soon, I think.
I think when you move gyms, it kind of like holds you back a little bit. So it's probably his third gym in whatever, 5-6 years. So
how long until you know, we see you and Jocko together?
Oh, I'm waiting. I'm Jocko. I read
Team
my
Steve
wife
is Team Jocko.
Yeah, I read my wife Jocko shit every day. I mean, she doesn't listen, I don't think, but she. I actually bought the. I don't know how much you guys follow Jocko.
I follow him.
I bought the children's book for my daughter, and she read it. She did a report on it.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's a good book. I mean, it talks about, you know, basically, you know.
It's a pop-up book, though. That's why Steve can handle it.
Yeah. The books I send, it's a kid's book, so that's why I handled it. You know, it talks about, like, you know, a kid that's having trouble with, you know, everything, and basically, you know, they get through it, and, you know, his uncle's a Navy SEAL and helps him, you know, so it's good. It's a good book. A lot of his stuff, I read. It's crazy. I never used to read books now, but, like, you know,
that's what happens when you start hanging out.
You hang out with him. You know, you end up fucking reading books. I bought, like, I've been buying, like, those Tim Ferriss books. I sent you one last night.
Yeah, the Titan Mentors or whatever the fuck it is.
Something like that. No, that's two books mixed together. You did. One's Tools of Titans, and the other one's Something of Mentors.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like a list of, like, different successful people and what they do.
Their attributes.
Yeah, so it's like the short. Yeah. It's almost like, you know, Success for Dummies is what I would call it. You know, me being the dummy.
Notes.
Cliff Notes. So, but it's good. You know, I like to read that stuff. But Jocko's just. He's just, I listen to a lot of the podcasts, you know, it's just, you know.
He's right up your alley.
Hardcore, keep moving forward, just fucking train. I mean, he makes me feel like a bitch. I mean, so I'm into it, you know.
Every morning when you see, like, the
fucking
Instagram, 4:30 in the morning, and he's got the fucking calluses on his hands.
Yo, it's almost like, there's somebody working harder than me. Yeah. So, I mean, do you have to get up at 4:30? I don't know. He goes to bed at 8, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why can't my clock? Why can't my clock be like 12 hours the other way? You know, it probably is. So there is, you know, an argument to it. But but he's definitely hardcore.
Yeah.
I mean, he's also retired, so he can lift. He can train jiu-jitsu. I mean, I guess he does a lot of podcasts and shit now, but I'll tell you the hardest fucking podcast, the hardest guy I've ever listened to is that guy David Goggins.
Dude, yeah.
If you ever listen to him, and I don't want to like pop other podcasts, but this guy is a fucking animal.
Put it to you like this: so he was on Jocko's podcast, and
I don't think he was on Jocko's. He was on some other.
I thought he was on Jocko. I don't know, whatever. But he tells a story how he decided he was like a fat guy or whatever, and like wanted to lose weight and like turned it around, and then he decided he was gonna qualify for some race,
100-mile marathon.
100-mile marathon, and you have to run some race to qualify.
You have to run 100 miles in 24 hours.
So he set out to qualify for this thing on like a week's notice. Shows up and does it in like shin splits.
Yeah, he said like he's like people have fucking teams and massages, people and this and that. He goes, I showed up with like a folding chair, Ritz crackers, and Mileplex,
and ran like till he fractured his shins, like shin splits, fractured ankle, and still ran another 36 something miles.
Yeah, he ran like 70 miles, and then he had to sit, and then like was pissing blood, shitting himself, couldn't get out of the chair, and then like still ran the other 30.
Oh, Jesus Christ, it's fucking crazy.
He guy's hardcore.
Yeah,
that's like fucking Cameron Haynes.
Hardcore,
dude. That guy is fucking ridiculous.
Hardcore,
ridiculous.
You know who's even crazier though? Honestly, was the lady who did Courtney DeWalter or whatever.
The one that won the Moab.
Dude, this lady did some like ultra marathon thing, and
it's the Moab. It's
240 something miles.
Yeah, 242 miles or something like that.
They're like, oh, what do you eat? She's like, nachos, beer, and candy. What?
Like, how is that possible?
She's just a savage. Yo, she went blind in the middle of a race and finished it.
Well, who's the another hardcore guy? Is that what the hell's his name? Kyle. The guy who's quadriplegic.
Oh, Maynard.
Kyle, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that guy's crazy, man.
Fighting MMA, right?
Yeah.
Wrestling. Didn't he climbed some crazy mountains and shit?
Yeah, that guy's ridiculous.
It's like, man, what's going on with these guys?
There's some...
So when I see that, I'm like, fuck it. My back hurts. Like, come on, I can go run. I'm probably, hurting myself more, but whatever.
That's like, this is one of Cameron Haynes' posts. There's just like a Saturday afternoon.
35 miles.
35 miles.
Jesus
Christ. Look at the steps and the elevation, too. 506 floors. So he runs like mountains. That's what he runs. He lives in like Oregon or something like that.
I am not a runner, so I don't like to run. I will force myself to run before a tournament. And I do like... I actually did some crazy shit before the Pan Ams this year. I ended up borrowing like a mountain bike from somebody. So I have this run that I do. It's about 1.5 miles by my house through the streets. And I was like, you know what? I fucking hate running so much. But the 1.5 miles just, I did it in like 10, 11 minutes.
Right, so it's
just not enough. I feel like it's not enough. But like 2 miles straight is like almost miserable. Or 2.5, like doing it twice. I know what you mean. Doing it twice is like terrible to me. It's like,
they say 3 miles if you're not like a marathon runner. 3 miles is like the honey zone. Like it's not too much where it's gonna have like a negative impact on you. Like on your muscles and joints, and because there's something about running where the cortisol
really
becomes like a point of diminishing returns for you. So 3 miles is kind of like that perfect zone where it taxes your cardio, builds your endurance, and it's like
it's like anything else. You want to get good at running, what do? You run. But I just I can't. It's such a hard, while you're training jiu-jitsu, trying to lift, it's just so hard to fucking do with everything. And so I got this mountain bike, so I'm like, all right. I'm going to ride the 1.5 mile mountain bike, which is like a fucking joke, on the streets. So I ride the 1.5 miles. I park the bike in my backyard.
It was like 6 minutes.
I flew. Then I fucking park the bike in my backyard. And then I run the 1.5 miles. Then I come back and I jump on the bike. And now I'm flying on the bike. And I try to go back and forth like two or three times. So I end up doing three laps on this bike and probably 2 laps. I'm not gonna I don't think I ever made 3. So I think it was bike, run, bike. And my neighbor's like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" So I was gonna like, my wife's like, you should go outside and like just pretend to swim on the grass, like
triathlon trainer.
But my name was like, what the fuck is this idiot doing? And even like, you know, I have a gym in my garage, so I have weights and stuff.
A gym that
you have yet to come to.
Yeah.
Did you get the picture? I sent you the picture.
Which one is this?
That's because my daughter. She's like, who's coming? I used to train Luigi a lot. So like once or twice a week, he'd come over and lift with me. So my daughter's like all up in our business, like, oh, I want to work out, and so. And he's like, oh, D-Rock's coming, D-Rock's coming. So she's like, be obsessive, like, when's D-Rock coming? Where's D-Rock? Why isn't D-Rock here? And I'm like, he bailed out. So she went on I have like a chalkboard. She wrote days without D-Rock, and she started keeping tally, and it's still on my fucking on the board. So I send it to him every now and then.
Then she called me a bitch.
Yeah, she did call you a bitch once.
She's a 9-year-old.
Pretty well.
Yeah.
Yo, I was like,
look,
what?
we're the same person. She knows her dad, so.
So it was fucking funny, but so like in the summer I'll open the garage door, and we were doing the Murph. I was doing the Murph for CrossFit, and we do it with George.
George is a podcast guest also.
Yeah.
George Demetriou.
So
and his wife Lisa.
We were doing it with George, and for those of you who never did the Murph, it sucks. It's terrible.
What is it, like a mile run, 200 pull-ups?
It's a mile run, 300 squats, 200 push-ups, 100 pull-ups, then a mile run.
Fuck that.
And they break it up, so you could do 20 squats, 10 push-ups. No, 15 squats, 10 push-ups, 5 pull-ups. So it's 15, 10, 5, 20 times. It's miserable.
Yeah.
And if you're not a runner...
You know who else never did the Murph? Murph.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible. And I try. So me and Luigi, we were gonna train for it. He's like, I want to do the Murph. I said, well, we'll train for it. We'll fucking do it. We'll do like some warm up, like half Murphs and stuff like that. And when you're running with other people, you're like, I'm not letting that motherfucker pass me.
Oh yeah, there's always competition like that.
So
this is why me and Eric Ott would always run together.
All right, I'm not letting that guy pass me. And then you get back from the mile run, and it's like, whoa, wait. I have to do 300 squats. My legs got a little pump right now. This isn't good. This is gonna go horribly wrong. Then the push-ups you can do, but the pull-ups get hard. The squats get hard, and then the last run, forget about it. It's like a fucking 16-minute mile. So we were training for it at my house, and we were like, my fucking neighbor's like, what the fuck? They see Luigi go down. Then I had my daughter. She's 9. She was doing it with us. So we were just running we did like a quarter-mile run in between sets just to like break it up,
right?
And we were running to like the stop sign and back, and then like my daughter was doing it with us, and they're probably like, this fucking asshole's making his kid do this shit. And if you look, like, you see weights in my gym, and we're doing squats with 5 a pull-up bar, so we were getting after
you
it.
look like you're the worst dad to have next door. Like,
yeah,
you're gonna show up at the middle school game and go crazy.
Yeah, like if like my kid doesn't do well,
you benching my daughter.
Yeah. So we did the Murph. It was fucking terrible. It's bad every year. I really trained hard for it this year, and I honestly don't think it made a difference. It really didn't. It was just that bad. It's really, really bad.
It's what? They do that every 4th of July?
Memorial Day. Memorial Day, yeah. Okay. And there's many CrossFit workouts that are tough, but this one just fucks. It's bad. I mean, when you see the CrossFit guys like dropping, like the pros dropping during a Murph, it's like, all right. And we don't wear vests. Like, if you wear a vest, like when I run with a vest, it just breaks my back. I don't know.
Fuck that.
It's hard. I actually bought this vest one time. I tore my bicep last year. Moving gym equipment, not even lifting. Moving gym equipment.
What are you doing? Putting it in your car?
So Jordan has a full gym in his basement. One of our mutual friends closed the gym in Nassau, and Jordan was able to obtain like 90% of his gym. I mean, he's got everything in there. So he has like a leg press, like a legitimate leg press. Like
hammer strength or
like with like a pin, with a cable, full stack of weights. It's great. It's a little light for a guy, so I do everything one-legged, which is great. My wife, uses the shit out of it. So he's like, yo, you want it? I don't use it. He has a fucking hack squat. He's got a leg press. He's got, Smith. He's got everything. So I'm like, yeah. He's like, it just sucks to move. So we were going up the stairs, and I legitimately picked it up, and something popped in my elbow. So I'm like, fuck. I couldn't even fucking bend my arm. So I was just sitting there. He's like, thanks, asshole. Now I got to move this by myself. Like, I had to go get a friend to come help. Whatever.
You're like, yeah, don't worry about me having to go to the hospital.
Sorry, dude. Yeah, sorry. So it actually got better. I remember I was showing it to people at my wedding. So like 2 days before my wedding, I'm training jiu-jitsu, and I just came up for like an underhook, and it popped. Now it like came off the bone. And it was fucked up again. And I ended up getting surgery, and I couldn't do any upper body. So I was like, I bought this vest. So I bought this fucking...
I remember you texted me about this.
This military-grade vest. I love the military. I like Jocko, so I bought this...
Get out of here. You like military shit?
Yeah.
This camo shirt on,
I fucking
green cup.
I bought this vest, and it has all these plates in it. It's camouflage. It's like, yeah, I'm going to fucking run in my neighborhood with this fucking thing, you know? And the guy was, like, real sketchy who I bought it from, like, on Craigslist. So I was like... Because they're expensive, you know?
Yeah.
So... the guy was real sketchy. He's like, I don't know how much it is. And I was looking up on the internet. There was a couple different ones. There was a 40-pound one, and there was an 80-pound one. I get this fucking thing on. It's a motherfucker because my arm's like, it's not in a sling now, but I can't really use it.
Right.
So I can't hold weight.
full
I'm
mobility,
going to hold
especially
5 pounds, you know? So I get this fucking thing on, and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to fucking jog, like a light jog, get a good fucking pump. So I get to like... maybe 100 feet out. I go, I'm convincing myself, maybe this guy sold me the 80-pound vest. I go, I think it's the 80. I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, I think it's the 80. It's definitely the 80. This shouldn't be that bad. This is the 80. I got the 80. I got a good fucking deal. I could still, and this is what I'm saying in my head. This is how twisted I am. I'm like, I could still make it 40. I could take half the weights out. I'm like, all right.
You're running down the block, just whipping out the metal.
No, I'm like, I'm only gonna run. I'm only gonna run to the next stop sign. Then I'm gonna turn around because it's 80 pounds. It's like, come on,
Because it's 80 pounds. I
I'm
can't
like,
do this.
No, I can't do this. It's fucking 80 pounds. So I get back to the house. Fucking, it's hysterical how I fucking get it off. You know, I gotta flip the fucking thing over. I almost do like a fucking forward roll and get this thing off. Now I'm going upstairs because how am I gonna weigh it? I gotta fucking get my scale like in the closet in the bathroom upstairs. So I go downstairs. I get the scale. Fucking thing's 40 pounds. I was so fucking pissed. I'm like, yo, this is really hard. It's if you don't do
40
it,
extra pounds of fucking weight while you're trying to
terrible.
run. It's not.
It's terrible.
So that feel how it felt like when you were a meathead.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, just think about it. Think about doing like farmers walks just with fucking weights and shit. Like
True.
even a 20 pound in each fucking hand, you're dead after.
Yeah.
You know, you walk 20 yards and
You know what? It's not so much the legs. It's honestly with the 40-pound vest. It's the lower back and the fucking like I don't know if it's your traps or your neck that just fucking burns. It's terrible.
Well, it's just pulling so much extra weight,
It's
pulling
fucking
straight down.
bad.
I had something like that happen that I did not expect. You know, over the summer I bought a road bike, and I was biking a lot. And I was like biking to the gym and shit like that, and I would pack my bag, and I'd throw my bag around, and I'd ride. And I didn't expect, it's not like I had a lot of shit, but I had like my gi, my belt, and like some shit in there. Not a lot, maybe. How much does a gi weigh in a bag? I don't know. Like, what do you think? What do you think? Like 7-8 pounds, maybe, right? Yeah. With the bag. Dude, I got halfway down the road and my shoulders were fucking. I'm like, how does this hurt so bad? And there's only a couple pounds between riding with it.
You're holding weight in somewhere that you're not used to holding it. Like you just don't typically hold stuff.
I wasn't prepared for that.
Right.
I almost turned around. It was so bad. I was like, this might not work out for me.
It's bad news.
It's crazy, like when you to think about how used to you get to using specific muscles.
Oh yeah.
Like, and you could be super strong in all these muscles, and then you do something that you don't really do very often, and all of a sudden these muscles, you're like, I didn't even fucking realize I had a muscle there, now it hurts so goddamn bad.
You want to have the worst rude awakening to that? Go do some goddamn yoga.
Oh, dude,
it's bad news.
Everything.
You go do some yoga, and you're like, oh wow, I'm a weak little bitch.
Yeah.
Like, there's muscle groupings in yoga that like you never use.
Like once a year, I usually have to go play golf with my bosses and stuff like that. And I used to play more like years ago, but I don't really play now. Like I never really go to the driving range or anything like that. And the days after going to play golf, like because it's such a weird swinging motion.
I'm sure your hips probably kill you.
Your hips, your back, your shoulders. It's like, what the fuck? And I go to the gym almost every day, but it's not a motion.
It's not
that,
what you do.
You're not used to doing this.
Bad.
Same thing with jiu-jitsu. You know, when you think about when you first start jiu-jitsu, man, like, do you remember when I first started, I'd come with the bruises all over my arms and legs,
Bruises
you know,
trying to choke
like,
me every other day.
well, I was excited about shit.
Look at this fucking choke I learned. Fuck off me, asshole.
I come into work and try to choke her.
I do stuff to my daughter. I'm like, I try to do it to Nikki, and she's like, get off me. But then my daughter's like, no. She's like, what are you doing, Dad? And I'm like, nothing, just failing.
Here, let me show
just
you
failing at jiu-jitsu moves I saw on YouTube, and they're not working. Like, if I can't do it to you, it's not gonna work. This is not good. I did this horrendous. When I hurt my arm, I was forced to, like, you know, just find workouts to do. I was bored. I'm the kind of guy I got to work out like almost every day. You know, I forced myself to take one day off a week, some kind of activity, not crazy. So I was looking for like just lower body exercise that I didn't have to hold anything. I couldn't do a squat. I couldn't put my arm back. So I was going to George, and he gave me like that safety squat bar where like the pad comes down in front and you actually hold it in front of you, which is like 90 pounds. It's terrible.
It almost looks like not necessarily a vest, but like a harness, like a
it's like a straight bar, but it has like two
like,
pieces that come down in front.
Yeah,
of
almost
okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
exactly.
Shoulders.
Yeah, I know.
So I was doing that, and then again I have the gym at home, so I was looking up and I found this fucking workout that I modified, and it's just like a leg and ab workout, and I think it's called like they have like hero wads, like Murph named after people. It's like Steven or something like that. I'd have to look it up, but it's 30. You know what a GHD is, like the gluten ham thing where you hang off the front, you lock your legs up.
It's meathead shit, dude. I don't know what that is.
It's the shit.
Yeah. So you can do crunches off of it or sit-ups off of it. So you lock your feet up and you hang off the back. You do 30 of those, 30 of the back ones for your legs and stuff, 30 like knees to elbows or like leg raises, and then 30 stiff leg deadlifts with like whatever weight. That's one set. So you do 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, all the way down for time. So I was doing shit like that, and I actually did it the other day, and it's been fucking, I don't know why I just thought of that, but it's been fucking terrible.
How long was the recovery for the bicep? I feel like you came back from that pretty quickly.
I was teaching jiu-jitsu 4 weeks later. I could not roll, but I was teaching. And I was teaching modified moves that I could pull off with a banged up arm. Yeah. But 4 weeks I took off. Probably unheard of. Probably not the best advice. I didn't really roll till around 7 or 8 weeks. Super light, hiding the arm. I mean, I got my ass kicked for a while. Just, you know, protecting my arm. Yeah. You know, not able to defend. But, you know, I was training, so it's all good.
FYI, Team Steve is not a doctor, and this is not medical advice.
Not medical advice.
Yeah, this is all bro science, meathead shit.
Bro science. I called my other doctor, Vinny Uzi.
Vinny Uzi.
Yeah.
Dr. Uzi.
Dr. Uzi.
Yeah.
So
the bro science PhD right there.
He is.
He wrote the book on bro science.
He's teaching the classes.
He just drops. He'll just every now and then he'll say something. He'll just drop the word enzyme in there to make it sound official.
Enzyme, yeah.
Enzymes, molecules, bro science, meathead shit.
Meathead shit.
Enzyme.
Yeah, so it was 4 weeks
you,
I was teaching. It was a hard recovery. You know, it's hard, you know. Going from curling, you know, 50, 60-pound dumbbell, you know, not that I did that on a regular basis, to like 5.
Yeah.
And it hurts.
Oh, yeah.
And then, you know, the bicep doesn't just curl, it does the, you know, the palm up, palm down was like, fuck. Like, they gave me like the, like a broomstick almost with like a, like an ankle weight on the end. Yeah, and you flip it over and it's like, holy shit, this is terrible.
That's like shit they did for, when I separated my shoulder. No, when I tore my labrum. They would give me a soup can, and I'd have to do the alphabet with the soup can.
Yeah.
And
just that little bit of weight.
It's terrible.
It's horrible.
Oh.
And then, you know, before you know it, you just build it up, and it's good, you know. I don't have any issues with it now. Hopefully it's good. I mean,
if anything, sometimes I feel like injuries help out. Like, I remember when I separated my shoulder at the Pans a couple of years ago.
I remember that.
You were there, right?
Yep. I think I helped you get dressed in the locker room.
Yeah, you did, actually. I think it was you and John Satava helping me get dressed in the locker room.
John Satava. John Satava, the nicest guy.
Nicest guy in the world.
Can't even be mad at him.
No. And he's a fucking beast.
Yep. I'm coming for you, John. I got the black belt, bro. I want my rematch. Nah, he's a good dude.
He's awesome. Nicest kid in the world. The kid's a fucking savage.
Yeah.
And he's like the nicest dude in the world. Steve competed against him. He's like, I can't even be mad. It'd be so nice.
He's so nice. You know, like you lose, and honestly, like I didn't get.
Angry.
It was like one of those matches. It's like I didn't get submitted, you know, but the points were like 14-4.
Ugh.
But I had some good points. I mean, the kid's just an animal. He's just a professional jiu-jitsu guy.
We're still going to see a black belt. He's one of the best in the world.
Yeah. And I was 35, 36, doing adult, you know. So
Yeah, John's like 25.
yeah.
But yeah, when I fucking blew out my shoulder, I didn't really take any time off. I kept training. I would just tie my arm off in my belt, and what I felt like it improved my guard, because like you can't rely on that arm to like push away, so it really like makes you use your hips more, and like I felt like it really like that injury almost helped my jiu-jitsu game a lot.
Yeah, it's, you know.
You were hiding that arm for a while.
Months, man.
Yeah.
Like my right arm, when I separated that shoulder, I don't think I was right again till like January. And the pans are in what, September?
Pans are in September.
Yeah, Nike pans in September. So it was probably till January till I was using that arm again. I would just every day I just tie my arm off in the belt. But that time I think really improved my guard. It's weird how sometimes injuries.
Well, you know, your arm's tucked and you're on your back or your butt, and
you got no other option. Yeah.
Got to defend. Use your legs and your one arm.
I got really good at triangles for a while. Now I suck at them again.
Huh. You went backwards?
Yeah, fucking. You know what it is, man? Like,
you go through phases. You do things for a while, and then you forget about them. It's like,
well, not that too, but like also,
you try to get good at everything and switch your game up.
Yeah. I noticed that when I take time off, that's when I get bigger breakthroughs, because you can kind of get stuck in like routines.
I gotta try that
of training. Yeah, like honestly, dude, take a week off and like
I'll lose my mind. I don't know what I'll do.
It's hard, bro. Go do yoga for a week. That's what I'll do. I'll do shit like that to help out, because otherwise, like, I go crazy. Me and Yarv's like, he sees me. I'll be at home and I'm like, you know, I'm like shadowboxing. I'm like losing my mind, and I'm like, I gotta do something so I don't feel like a bitch today. And he's like, you know, one day of rest ain't gonna kill you.
See, right? I'll force. Actually, Thursday's the one day I try not to work out or do anything. But I'll try to train. Right now, I'm actually cruising. Like since the pans, I've been chilling out. I just had a kid 6 weeks ago, so I'm waking up in the middle of the night, all that stuff. But man, I'll train jiu-jitsu 3-4 times a week and lift 2 times a week, and I do not miss it.
Yeah,
I don't miss.
Well,
I try to get 6 days every single fucking week, and if I don't make it to jiu-jitsu, then I'm lifting. Then it's 3 and 3. If it's not 4 and 2, 3. If I didn't have a kid right now and everything was smooth, I'd be training 4 and 3. You know, I'd push it. I do two days or something. You know, and with the home gym, it's easier. And you know, I do, you know, my classes. I train at Vamos in the morning. I hit those zombies, you know, in the early mornings, and
well, that's a good benefit of teaching your own class. Like, you know, so if you show up and train in the morning, you come up, you teach class, you can jump in and get a few more rolls. It's a double every time, you know, and you're not as obligated. Like, you don't have to push it in that second class, so you can roll with a couple guys, get some work, and it's still.
And I'll pick guys. Like if I'm shot, and there's an odd amount of guys. Like I'll roll. You know, like all right.
Yeah, you pick me and beat me up.
Yeah,
I got it. I get it.
Oh, D-Rock, you know, partner, come over.
I've you know, for a while, like I didn't know whether to take it as a compliment or like people just want to fuck me up. Like we'd be training, I'd get called out immediately.
No, it's a compliment.
Like immediately, people like D-Rock, and like 3 other people like, yo, you want to roll? I'm like, I can't. I got something. I'm like, either these motherfuckers want to kill me or they like me.
It's a little both.
Yeah.
No, they definitely. Everybody wants to kill everybody, but they definitely like to roll with you.
Yeah.
You know, there's guys that are good. Everybody roll, and that's one of the things I preach: roll with everybody, train with everybody. Everybody's different. There's nice guys that roll. Usually, when we roll, we go for some reason. We try to kill each other. We don't hurt each other, but we go pretty hard, and it's fucking hysterical, and we both love it, and we're comfortable with that.
You can't train like that with everybody, though.
You can't. There's people that you can roll with nicely. There's people that are, and everybody's body's different. There's white belts who are tough as hell, and they're 250 pounds, and they're like, if they get on top, you're going to have a fucking hard time getting them off.
Yeah.
Then there's black belts who don't give a fuck. You look at Pac-Man. That guy will fucking see some ridiculous move online and just try that for a week. and you will tap him 40 times, and he does not care.
I don't give a fuck. Because then the next week, he's tapping you with that ridiculous-ass move
that, like,
12 times.
That you never heard of, never saw of, and you don't even want to know. Yeah. You're just like, what?
It's like demoralized. It's weird, though. Like, sometimes you roll with Pac-Man, and he's in that creativity discovery mode.
Yeah.
And then every now and then, you roll with him, he decides to just fuck you up.
Fuck you up.
And it's like, oh, yeah, this is what you're capable of. I forgot. Like, because when he just decides he wants to roll hard and bring it,
yeah, he goes for it.
Yeah, he's gonna fuck you up. He's like weird strong.
He's got super strength, man. Even Spain's super strength.
Yeah.
Spain's one of my toughest rolls in my life. You know how they say, like, what do they say? Styles make fights.
Yeah.
His style kills the fight for me. It's like it doesn't work. Like we can't beat the shit out of each other. We're not beating the shit out of each other. We're not getting after it. It's just like, okay, armbar me probably in less than a minute or 2 minutes, and it's fucked up. I can't, it is what it is.
He armbars everybody, though.
Everybody. No, I'm not saying like me. It's just he's that, like, I cannot defend it. It's almost like I could roll with somebody who doesn't train, like a white belt, and tap them 20 times around it effortlessly. I'm not sweating. I'm not out of breath. I'm not anything. I feel like that's how it is with him.
Yeah, it's a little bit demoralizing sometimes. You roll.
It's very demoralizing.
Like they don't even feel like they're trying.
Yes, it's like almost like he uses everything I have. Like he's just like that typical jiu-jitsu leveragey kind of guy, and uses everything. Like he tries to arm drag me. I'm like, fuck, you ain't arm dragging me, and I fucking yank it back, and he just sweeps you over nice and subtle, and you hit the mat, and he scoots up and takes your arm, and I'm like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, Spain to me is like pure jiu-jitsu.
Pure jiu-jitsu.
He's like, it doesn't look like he's trying hard. It's just all technique.
And he don't train. He trains 2 days a week. I mean, don't get me wrong. The guy put his fucking time in.
He's doing 2 days for like 6 years.
Yeah, every day. But like right now, I'm like, am I closing the gap? The gap's not getting any closer. I'm not closing it. I'm training 5 days a week. What's going on? Yeah, he's awesome.
But you got to too.
And he's the nicest guy. Like he just gets your arm to the armbar position. He lets go. You're like, all right.
Dude, I yell at him. He'll be on my back, and he'll go to sink in a choke, and he'll get on my neck. He's not even squeezing, and he lets go. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I don't want to hurt you. I'm like, bro, at least give me a chance to like
defend it.
Try to defend it. Like, I know you're good, motherfucker.
Yeah,
and like, it's not, and he's not being cocky about it. He really just
no, there's
just doesn't
no
want to hurt
cockiness.
you.
The nicest.
But
guy.
I'm like, dude, just go for it, because like I know you're not trying to hurt me, but like I want to try and defend, And he's just the nicest guy.
He's
in the world.
nicest guy.
Nicest guy. But you got to understand too. He was a professional athlete.
Yeah, professional athlete,
soccer player,
perfect body type for that. For jiu-jitsu.
Long, lanky, just knows
strong.
He's got the mentality for it too. Like if Spain dedicated himself to it, he could have been a jiu-jitsu world champion. 100%. But I just think that all the years in soccer,
the years of
he just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to ruin it.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to ruin. He doesn't want to put that time in. I don't think he wants to ruin the fun for jiu-jitsu, because I know he talked to me about how like. Soccer almost became overbearing, and it stole the fun from it. Yeah, so I don't think he wants to taint jiu-jitsu with it.
Joe Sholey just texted me, douchey uki.
It's going. Douchey uki's going viral. Uki. Oh, I got it too.
You got it? It's the start. Sholey, not Scioli, right?
Sholey, yeah. He corrected us on the podcast.
Yeah, Sholey. SHOWLEE. Yeah, Sholey.
Douchey Uki. They're out there. The douchey Ukis are out there.
Mike Conacher, the douchey Uki.
No, he's not. He's a good Uki. Yo, he's fucking good.
Conacher got pretty good, yeah. He did.
He's good.
He's not bad.
For a 150-pound art teacher.
I mean,
White rapper.
All right, so we're at about the 2-hour mark, bud.
All right, shit, that went quick.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, how do people get on Team Steve?
Oof, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. It takes a little
application
remember
process.
I wouldn't let Tommy D on that. Remember that? Remember
No.
I used to abuse Tommy D?
I wouldn't first started, yeah.
I wouldn't shake Tommy D's hand until he was a blue belt.
I forgot about that.
I go, nope.
Only
because he was your friend.
Yeah, no, I know.
Only because he was your friend. I was like, nope. I would like bow the class out and be like, good job, good job, good job. Nah, not yet. Good job, good job.
He actually at one point was like, yo, Steve really doesn't like me.
Yeah. Another great guy,
I forgot about that.
Team Steve, come down Monday and Wednesday, 6 o'clock. Vamos. Let's go.
Vamos, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Church Street, right?
Church Street.
1708 Church Street, Holbrook. Team Steve, Monday, Wednesday night, 6 p.m.
That's it. Gee. Ask for Team Steve.
At Team Steve BJJ on Instagram.
Yes.
And
check it out.
Every 7-Eleven on Long Island.
I wish. Actually, I don't know if I wish.
If you don't want, if you want to follow Steve, you got to follow me too because we're the same person.
Yeah.
Sleepy Drock.
Check it out. It's almost like looking at the same thing.
It really is. All right, man. Well, I mean, it only took almost 2 years to get you.
Jeez, 2 years. I remember when it first came out. You said, "Let's go, let's go."
You were supposed to be one of our first guests.
Well, I wanted to let you get established.
Oh, thanks.
He didn't want to get kidnapped.
I don't want to get kidnapped. Yes. I don't want to get kidnapped. I almost brought my dad, actually.